Welcome to this special Euro 2020 episode of the Dog on the Pitch podcast. And this is the first in a series we're putting out over the Euros. We're going to be looking at the good, the bad, the funny, and that's just our panel of experts.
Yeah.
We've got our illustrious Dog on the Pitch panel of experts here. And I'd like to say that they were handpicked by Michel Platini himself, but they're really just a bunch of lads that I met on comedy Facebook groups. Let's introduce the panel. Okay, I'll introduce myself first. So I'm Guy Fagan, and I've been doing comedy allegedly for about 2 years now. I'm from the Wirral Peninsula originally, Tranmere Rovers supporter for my sins, and exiled in that London for the last 20 years. Okay, so Roland, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'm Roland Gent. I've been doing comedy over 20 years. I'm sort of we've all done the lockdown thing. I'm looking forward to running a couple of nights, hopefully starting again in July. One here in Manchester where I live, and one hopefully out in Derbyshire. I support Chesterfield for my sins, and we got knocked out of the National League playoffs last week against Notts County, which was absolutely awful. I don't know if anybody saw it, but it was tragic. The goalkeeper got injured. They didn't put on a sub goalie, so they're playing with a guy who can't come out for crosses. And Notts County score from a schoolboy cross, and nobody marked the header 4 minutes from time. Meanwhile, our striker Tyson goes through on goal twice and fluffs it on a one-on-one with the keeper. So it's all like, oh god. Anyway, back to the Euros. The first one I remember was Euro 76. Wasn't even a knockout. It wasn't even a tournament. It was just a knockout competition. 80 was the first one, which was actually a sort of tournament held in the country. I think I'm correct in saying.
Wow. Okay. Here we go. Welcome, Roland. And we've got our Geordie contingent recovering from his hangover.
I am. I'm really still reeling from the fact that this is going out. I thought this was a little meet and greet so we could all get together and become great friends and have great fun. This hangover is getting inflicted on whoever has to sit through this. I'm devastated, if I'm honest. Definitely wouldn't have worn a pink t-shirt as well had I have known. But yeah, I'm banging into my fantasy football. So last night was a massive victory for me and my 4 Italians, including 2 goal scorers and 2 clean sheets. So it became a bit of a celebration because let's face it, what else have we got to celebrate these days? So fantasy football seems as good a reason as any. And that's why I'm suffering today and you all have to see it.
Here we go. Welcome, Mike. Okay, and up in the Northwest, we've got Dean. Introduce yourself, mate.
Hey lads, so I'm Dean Aldridge. I'm a comedian, presenter, host, whatever you need me to be. Liverpool fan, Atletico Madrid fan, as you can tell, Spanish champions at the minute. And I'm supporting Spain in the Euros because I got them in my own sweep. So there we go, yeah.
All right, I know a few of us are in your sweepstake, aren't we? I've got North Macedonia. So, we're going for glory.
I've got Italy, so I'm all right. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we've got to be hopeful. So if you'd like to introduce yourself, Mr. Hart.
Yeah, so I'm Ben. I'm from Bury, but no one will know Bury, so it's just not North Manchester. I'm a comedian as well. I've been doing comedy for about 3 years. Also very sexiest male, self-titled, all-around legend. I'm a United fan, and my first Euros was probably 96. I remember 96. I vividly remember the penalties as a 4-year-old and crying at the end of the street and being left on my own and getting told to get a grip of myself. So, and Southgate let me down then, so I hope he doesn't let me down this year either. So,
Redemption. It's his redemption story.
No, that's optimistic. So,
So, did anyone watch the game last night? I know, Mike, you did, didn't you? So it was Turkey v Italy. It was pretty much one-way traffic. Yeah. Italy came through 3-0 winners, 3 second-half goals. What do we make of it, guys?
To be honest, I watched it with my Italian friend last night. So I was pretending I was a Turkey fan. I thought Turkey were like dark horses to me. So you look at Turkey's squad; they've not got a bad squad. So I was a bit surprised that they got battered 3-0 by Italy. The first half, I think that own goal sort of ended it for Italy. ended up for Turkey.
That was brutal.
Because once you concede, it's really difficult to get back into the game, especially in international football. So
I think
I thought Italy looked class, to be honest. I thought.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
Italy were better last night even than they're getting credit for, because Turkey aren't a bad team. They were saying afterwards, oh, was it Italy were good or Turkey were bad? Genuinely, Turkey aren't terrible, and they were just kicking it out of play and straight to Italian strikers that had no answer. I think credit to them, credit to Mancini. It was very Man City 2012-ish, I thought.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there. Mancini's got them playing some football. I think the job suits them down to a T, and they are going to be dangerous in this tournament, Italy, without a doubt.
Yeah.
What did you think, Roland? Did you get to watch it?
Yeah, I did watch it. I was about to say I don't fancy England against them. I actually don't fancy England against anybody.
No,
To be perfectly honest. I mean, our centre-back combination of Donkey and Cartos or whatever we've got ain't going to do too well against that Italy forward line.
I watched Joe Linton of Newcastle tear Tyrone Mings apart. I lost all faith in him at that moment. Joe Linton, Newcastle couldn't hit a barn door. And he pouring inside out, and that's our best English centre back. I'm with you on that.
No,
Admittedly, when Joe Linton signed, I thought he was some Geordie called Joe Linton. And I was looking at why this fella.
Yeah, why did he fall down with his shirt?
Yeah, I know. I thought it was Joe. Joe Linton? Is he from Gateshead, this lad? But no, Italy were just fantastic, I thought. I mean, they're playing advanced fullbacks who bomb forward, and the weakness is obviously a ping a ball into fullback area. But you've got to have somebody who can match the attacking fullback and prepared to run up and down the line with him all game. And Italy were pretty darn special last night, I thought. All I want England to do is not lose to Scotland. That's my main hope for the tournament. And I'd like anybody to tell me what North Macedonia is.
I know it confuses me. I think it's one of them countries that keep changing his names, isn't it? Like, yeah. What is it? What was it 20 years ago? What is it now? Like,
how good in South Macedonia?
That question. Exactly the same.
Yeah, sure. You just
it's like a Korea thing.
Yeah.
Well, I've got them in the sweepstakes, so.
Can I just ask a question, sorry, before we carry on, right?
Yeah.
It's a rule that hasn't been explained, and no one's even brought it up. Do you remember in the last tournament where third place went through? I think Portugal actually went through in third place in their group stage. Is that still a thing?
Yeah,
it is.
Is it?
Is it?
It's ridiculous. There's 8 groups. The top 2 go through, but also 6 third place teams. 4 third place teams go through as well.
It's like a playoff.
It's the least bad. Honestly, the most points.
Best points.
Stupid.
Yeah. I have my cheat sheet right here.
Okay.
My third places, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 third places that just go through, and it's points.
I didn't even know it was still a thing, as I say. Like, no one's even brought it up. No one's even mentioned it. I was hoping the BBC would clear it last night, and they never. So,
well, if it's best points in third place, England won't, because we draw every game, so you can't go through on 3 points, can you? So,
there's a chance, isn't there? But imagine if you went out the group of death: Germany, Portugal, France. They might all go through still.
Yeah. Who else is in that group?
Hungary, poor Hungary.
What's the point in it, though? Do you know what I mean? What is the point in that rule? I don't see it. It takes a bit of a fun away in my eyes. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, you're made up if you've got fucking Portugal in the sweep and they go through into third place again.
If we come third, I'll be really happy about it, and we get through.
So will I.
It's picking up. It's protecting the big teams. It's football all over, isn't it? It's protecting the big interests and making sure you don't lose a massive TV market after the first round.
Yeah.
I hate to be cynical, but after this year, that's 100% what it is. Just more teams going through, protecting France, making sure they don't go out. Not that they're going to go out, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, France, like, I think everyone thinks France are the favourites, but I don't know, after watching Italy last night.
Oh, there he goes. He's got Italy in the sweep. He's got to say this, hasn't he? After watching Italy last night, I'm feeling all.
Oh, yeah.
Bandwagon's out already.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, actually looking at the odds, because obviously France are favourites. Some team called England are second favourites.
No way.
And then
should be put in prison. England's second favourites.
And then it was Belgium, and then Italy, Spain, Portugal, Germany, Netherlands about the same. But Italy are about equal with Belgium now after last night. Both 7-1.
Whoever put England second favourites has had long COVID and not been outside in about 12 months, I think.
Man, you look at our forwards though, they're good. Our
Yeah,
forward
but what
line
about the
is
rest of the
tremendous.
team?
I'm surprised no
We could
one's
just
talking
play
about
7 forwards.
Yeah, we're playing Luke Shaw at centre back apparently. So
I'm surprised no one's talking about Spain anymore. You know, Spain used to be the favourites going into every tournament. They have a couple of tournaments, and everyone's like, "Oh, they're not on anymore." Still got a good team.
yeah, I forgot Spain existed in this tournament.
Well, this is it. Germany as well. Germany always there or thereabouts, aren't they?
They're getting written off for no reason.
Yeah, and just because Timo Werner's had a bad year in the Prem doesn't mean he's gonna have a bad year in the Euros. Like he's still quality. Just give a bad year doesn't mean you're not quality. And is it that guy's last tournament as well? That is it called Wacky Flow or something?
Is I?
Yeah, he's his last tournament, I think, isn't it, as a Germany manager? So they want to win it for him, maybe.
There you go. There we go. All right. So, what are your kind of thoughts on on tournament winners then? What do we think, guys? Not England.
Football's always the winner.
Oh, give
Okay.
Yeah, you can say Liverpool fan. Yes. Football's always the winner.
So long as
I've been watching too much soccer AM, lad.
As long as it's not Italy or Germany, that'll do.
Well, behave yourself.
Because Euros is kind of like half the time you just award it to Germany before they even started. Yeah. So as long as it's not Germany, and as long as it's Italy playing good.
At the end of the day, we're all English. Well, I'm not too sure about Roland. He could be in between.
Yeah, you never know.
But we're all English. England, we want England to win. Deep down, you want England to win.
Yeah.
I know we all take the piss and say, this shite, we'll blow it and stuff like that. But the squad we've got, we should be at least competing. We should be winning tournaments. We've all got our little, I reckon they might, but at the end of the day, we all want England to win it, don't we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, well said. Well said, sir. I'm feeling it. I've got the goosebumps again. I
want North Macedonia to win just to rub it in South Macedonia's face. Yeah. Them guys have been talking for ages now. So,
all right. So, what are people's memories of previous tournaments? Roland, I know you go back a few years.
Yeah. No, well, I remember 76 will be the first one that I remember. That was the one where Panenka won it for the Czech team, Czechoslovakia, with his dink penalty. That was the great German team with Beckenbauer in it and all those guys. And suddenly that came to an end when and it was like an Eastern European bunch of commies had won the Euros, and there's definitely like people in Russia going, yes, this proves that communism works and stuff like that. And Germany was and it was West Germany then. They were so pissed off losing to the commies, but it was a brilliant penalty in the end. I remember that as well because Wales made it to the quarterfinals. Wow. It was a knockout competition. It wasn't in groups, right? So you just played home and away, and it was just a knockout competition. I think Wales played it at Wrexham in like the quarterfinals of the Euros. And they had a bloke called Arthur Griffiths from Wrexham was their top player. I think they had Leighton James as well. So I do remember that, although it wasn't the same. It got down to 1980 and it was held in Italy, and England rioted, funnily enough. You wouldn't believe
the fans or the players?
The players were crap. We could only. It was like, it's 1980. We're going to win this Euros. It was the first time England had qualified for something since 1970. Qualified for anything, and it was like, we're going to win this. First game 1-1 with Belgium, and it was like, wake up call, we're not as good as Belgium. And the fans rioted in the Italian stadium, and there was stabbings going on and all sorts, and it's like, send England home now. And my main thing about this, yeah, I mean, they should have just let Wales in the finals or something. But since my main thing about this tournament is England are not going to riot at this international tournament unless we have it against Scotland at Wembley. 12,000 fair sides, just go to Trafalgar Square, kill each other, and let football be the winner. You know?
Yeah.
Put it at Adrian's Wall, you know, it seems appropriate there, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Nice open space as well.
So Ben, what are your memories of the tournament going back?
So like, not just the Euros. I remember when Beckham, like, did he break his tendon in his foot or something? What was it? He had an injury, didn't he? I think it was World Cup. Like,
Yeah.
I remember as a kid holding my hand on the TV.
Yeah.
Uri Geller. And it was like Beckham's foot. You know, like put your hand on the TV and like positive. And I remember doing it every morning before school. I said to Mum, and I remember being late for school one day with Mum going, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I need Beckham to play I need Beckham to be back."
Was that in the newspapers, like the Sun? Or
Yeah, it was in the Sun, but it was on. Remember GMTV?
Yeah.
It was on the bottom, the bottom right hand side of the screen. You had to hold your hand on it and like visualize David Beckham. Like you had to like.
That was before Japan, wasn't it? Japan.
Yeah.
Sometime in the 2000s.
That famous European team.
Yeah, and I'm convinced that I'm the reason that he scored that free kick against Greece because I held my hand on the screen.
Do you still go to church?
No, they won't let me in anymore.
So, Dean, what are your memories of the tournaments going back?
I mean, I'll be honest, at a young age, I don't think I was really interested in international football as much. I watched a couple of games, and I always remember the one where England and France were playing. England were leading like 1-0 for a bit. And then Zidane just turned it on, scored a free kick and then a penalty. But I always remember Zidane throwing up just before he took the penalty.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't really mad about the Euros at a younger age. I think the proper first tournament I watched was probably the year Greece won it.
2004.
Was that 2004? Was it 2004?
Yeah. I was in a study station in France when they won the Euros.
Yeah,
I was at
but I don't know, like Rooney in the Euros. I always remember when he got injured, and it was the biggest thing ever. Like Rooney's out, and we're never gonna see the light of day ever again. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely don't have much luck.
For a young lad, I think he was only like 16, 17. He had the weight of the nation on his shoulders, and people wonder why, like, why England never win anything, and that's the reason why. It's always been a team with, like, it's got to be him. He's got to drag us through, and then. Yeah. But now this is what I'm saying. Like, now it's more of a team. You've got a few quality players you can drag it out the shite. Like,
that's true. That's true. There's no kind of one individual. I guess we've got Kane, haven't we? I guess he's our kind of talisman.
I think Grealish. I think Grealish is like. I don't know why Grealish isn't like spoken about all the time. Like I think Grealish is arguably our best player. Like he's
into a tournament. We've never had that many names where it's been like. I mean, pick the three. If you'd asked all of us in this chat now who you'd play behind Kane, you'd probably get 5 different answers. Do you know what I mean? It's good having that. It's good having like your Grealish, your Mount, Sancho, Bellingham. You've just got options. Foden's probably, in my eyes, the one that should be first on the team sheet because he's brilliant.
I think Foden like sounds like a big. As a United fan, like even as a United fan, like I think Foden's like future. Like it could be a Ballon d'Or winner. Like I think his ceiling's that high. Like he's 100%. Unbelievable. Like
and with 5 subs as well, we can mix it up anytime. It's not working, right? We'll try again. Yeah, it's not working again, right? We'll try again. He has exactly, 2 more.
Yeah. You've got options, aren't you? Like you're saying, you're not bringing on like Cresswell or something. Like it's not like.
Okay.
Used to play the tram, yeah.
Get Jordan. It's not on the bench.
It's very
the funny thing is actually England's got 2 players in the squad who started off playing for Ireland.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not Irish, but I think if you start off playing for a country, you stick to that, and that's it. Ireland
could win or not.
Pardon?
You want us to win or not? Come on, like.
I've seen England go out of every single tournament in every way possible.
Yeah.
Who's the other one, by the way? Sorry, I know Declan Rice, but who's the other one?
Grealish.
Yeah, he used to play for. It was Ireland. He used to play for Ireland.
Did they play for them? Did they actually have a game?
Rice played 3 internationals for Ireland.
Yeah,
if you played for that team, that's it. That's your team, then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They've gambled that they're going to be as good as they did.
England have got like a long history of stealing things from other countries and claiming them as our own. So
yeah, but if you haven't already played, I understand that. Like, I mean, if I was a professional footballer, I could say, "Oh, I'm going to play for Cyprus because my granddad's Cypriot." Do you know what I mean? Got more chance of actually getting in the team.
Yeah, I'm saying, but we're following our national tradition of stealing things from other countries and claiming them as our own. So.
Well, this is it. Actually, Dean, there's a point here because your relative, he played for Ireland, didn't he? So maybe we're kind of getting them back for pinching Aldo. Yeah.
I'll play for anybody. No, South Macedonia, I'm playing for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mike, what are your kind of memories of the tournament going back?
The European Championships first football match I ever watched was Denmark-Germany, the final in '92. My family were dead set against Germany. I'd wandered into the room, didn't have a clue about football or anything. And they just told us Germany had to lose, but they won't. They'll definitely win. And it was the Schmeichel heroics, the Jensen Thunderbolt. And honestly, I just lived everything. I was celebrating throw-ins. I don't know why I just decided to pick up the mantle, but it definitely put us in good stead for my first Newcastle game. But then after that, '96, I was 12 years old. Newcastle were mint. We'd just come second in the league, heartbreak or whatever. But we're going to summer. We're walking through Holland 4-1. We're beating the old enemy 2-0. Spain on penalties, but everyone forgets about that one because it was a bit naff. Yeah. And I remember going 1-0 up in the semi-final against Germany. And I didn't even celebrate. I was just so used to winning. I was like, this is just what happens, right? We just stroll through teams. And by the end of that game, I went from not celebrating a goal to crying my eyes out because Paul Gascoigne had cut his toenail and he just couldn't make that connection with the ball. I watched it last night. There was a load of TV shows on last night celebrating the Euros, and they just showed that clip again. And Alan Shearer was talking over it, going, "Oh, everyone's got these what-if moments." And the drum beat was good, and it was building up. He goes, "When you look back in your life," I'm getting goosebumps, and I'm not even lying. I don't know if you can see that. When you look back in your life, and you just wish it had gone different. He slides it in, and you see Gascoigne, he's going to get it. Then he just hesitates. He just thinks the keeper might get a touch, so he pulls back. And then the agonising lack of a touch from the keeper, and he just stretches and misses it. We've all seen it.
Yeah.
I was 12 years old, and when the penalties came along, I cried my eyes out. It was just the biggest turnaround in 120 minutes I've ever known. Like, from not caring, we're going to win, we'll blow these away, to just crying my eyes out. My uncle's next door going, "Don't worry, they're singing Gareth Southgate's name. It's brilliant, it's beautiful." I think he was in tears too. It was so emotional. That sold us on international football because we never made '94. So I got to watch that as a neutral. But seeing that tournament in England on the home turf, and it's coming home, like, I'm so excited for this tournament now. It's ridiculous. Even though I do think England's a team that hasn't played together, will struggle. But then I don't know. You've got us. You've built up me faith again. All that talk of our amazing squad and forwards and stuff. They would be optimistic. However, can we do this or not?
You can't help but get involved in it. You tell yourself the same thing before every time. I'm not even bothered. England's a crap and all that. And then as soon as the whistle blows, England versus Croatia, you're like, come on.
Yeah.
That was my memory. We signed Shearer after that tournament, Newcastle. So it was just possibly I peaked at 12 years old as a football fan. You watch England. Shearer, top scorer, and he's in a Newcastle shirt. Oh my God! I have to take a vote. I'm hungover and emotional already.
Can we take a vote on this tournament? Do you think England have practiced penalties?
No.
What's the point in practicing penalties? Though? Like, I mean, what? Because you haven't got that. Yeah, you haven't got the fans there. You haven't. No point. You can go and look 10 and 3.
Yeah.
When it matters, different story, isn't it?
It is different. There's got to be some benefit to practicing, though. I mean,
I think they should do penalties. I think what they should do is, before you take your penalties, strip off completely naked, really throw the keeper. So all the keeper's thinking about is that. So then you've got nothing to worry about. You take control of the situation.
Imagine when England brought off players I think we were playing Portugal, and they brought off a load of players and brought on like Carragher and that. And all the players that they brought on missed them.
I remember that game when Ronaldo winked after diving.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
And I love Ronaldo, but I remember I felt like my missus had cheated on me. Like,
and then there was this big
God,
thing in the press about how Rooney and Ronaldo going to play together again. And
yeah. Next season they turn up. All right, mate. Yeah, none of us care. Like,
yeah.
We're all there, burning his house down, throwing Molotovs at his head. Get up, Ronaldo! You had your wink. How dare you support your own country? Like,
they go into training. They're like, how did you spend your last million? Oh,
yeah, yeah. Which granny did you have this week, Rooney?
Well, I tell you what, I can go down the local cricket club and ask Wayne Rooney if you like, because his son plays for Didsbury at cricket. So occasionally I'll pop down the bar and there'll be a bloke who looks remarkably like Wayne Rooney just watching the match, and I'm thinking. And I was going to people at the bar. Is that Wayne Rooney? Like, yeah, it is. His son's just batting.
I can do the perfect impression of. This is the impression of Rooney, and I hope he's like it, lads. Yeah. So I'm just gonna hit the ball. Great to be back at Everton. Cheerios.
Hey.
That's what it's like with him, innit? Have you saw every interview he does? It's just 100 arms with a 3 p.m. kick-off in the middle.
Like he's in the room. It's like he's in the room. Okay. So I believe Ben has got a sorry tale about an England shirt that he's going to share with us.
Do you remember the Nations League? What was it like 3 years ago now? When we got to the semi-final against Holland. So I was watching that, and I thought, I don't have an England shirt. So we're 1-0 up at half time. So I thought, right, the final's going to be on Sunday. I need to get an England shirt by Sunday. So I spent 75 quid on a 96 retro shirt. I paid for next day delivery. So it cost me, I think it was 100 quid in the end. Second half, Holland come out, score 2 goals. We get knocked out of the Nations League. So not only have I wasted £100, I had that reminder that the next day my shirt arrived £100 later, and they were like, you can wear this for the final. 100. So never ever buy an England shirt at half time.
You should have held your hand against the screen, Ben.
Yeah.
It works.
That's how it wrong.
It really works.
I'm doing it for Harry Maguire. I'm holding it on his massive fod.
So, predictions for tomorrow, lads. England v Croatia. What do we think? What do you reckon, Roland?
1-1 draw.
Oh, yeah, I'll go along with that.
Hedging your bets.
I'm going to go all in and say 3-1 to England, because I've got to back England. You know what I mean? You've got to jump on.
I'm going to go same way as Ben. I think there's going to be a statement made in the group stage by England, and I'm feeling a good, like, it'll either be 2-0, 3-0, or we'll run riot. I can see it.
No, we'll concede. We've got to pick for the
statement of just running riot.
I'm going for 1-0 England. Okay, so I think we'll wrap it up there, guys. Been a great little show and kind of introducing everyone and a bit of an intro to the tournament. And we're going to be putting these out after each round. So each round of matches, we'll be having a little catch up, and we'll be discussing what's going on. We're going to be talking about our best kits of the tournament, funniest moments, and we're going to be picking our teams of the tournament as well as the tournament progresses. So yeah, we'll wrap it up there, guys.
Okay.
And enjoy the games tomorrow.
See you again.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.